Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Everything Hurts and I'm Dying, the podcast where I talk about random things with random amazing people. I'm here today with Siobhan Taylor, extraordinaire powerlifting badass girl all around. Siobhan, why don't you tell our audience a little bit about yourself?
Hi, so I'm Siobhan. I happen to be a national level powerlifter that happens to have 2 children and be an ITU nurse manager at one of the largest trauma centres in Britain. I just want to, just simple stuff.
Simple.
Easy, everyday stuff. That's what I do, yeah.
So how many championships have you won now?
So if I give you my full list,
yes.
I'm 3 times national champion, All England, M1 super heavyweight for the last 3 years it's been running. Can I count 4? Because we had COVID and we didn't do one. So
yeah, it counts.
Yeah, 2019 to 2022, like
I'll
all
count.
of those.
Tick,
tick, all of those. Regional champion and regional record holder for squat, deadlift, and bench and total for IPF associated powerlifting. That's East Midlands. Just all round. Yeah, no, pretty good. Yeah. It's a small thing.
Just explaining some of those acronyms really quick for our listeners. IPF means
International Powerlifting Federation,
and powerlifting is
deadlift, squat, and bench, which is different from the lifting you do, which is crazy shit where you wave weights over your head, and I just stand and just think I could never do that because I'm so freaking uncoordinated.
You definitely could. You have all the strength in the world to do it.
It's boobs and chin. That's
I've hit my boobs before, absolutely, and just honestly, I'm really glad that I wasn't having my time of the month because they're really like painful at that time, and it's just
like this one's pierced. This is what's that just upset me so much.
See ya. not pierced anymore.
Yeah, not it's over there in the corner.
Oh my god, I love it. So I'm here with Siobhan. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that you're here. Siobhan and I have actually been friends for a few years now, actually.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Where did we meet for the first time?
Here, at Bridge. When I joined with Rhett. So there was Rhett is powerlifting coach. He's freaking amazing. I have actually known him for a long time because he's also a powerlifter.
He's one of the other trainers at our gym.
One of the other trainers at the gym Bridge. And I joined him after a really difficult period because obviously being an ITU nurse and doing COVID, and we couldn't get into the gym and all of those kind of things. And the coach I had could no longer do his job because loads of people being furloughed, prices, etc., etc. So I ended up reaching out to Rhett, and he gratefully took me on at a point that I was ready to quit.
Oh.
And it was at the time that we were allowed to train outside.
Nice.
So bless him, he used to take all the kit outside. Was traiing outside.
It's really light. It's really light too, taking all that kit outside.
Yeah, super easy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a big guy, so for him it is easy. Just seeing him walk out with a squat right like this. Oh
I would pay to see that.
And I think it was one of those sessions when I was outside. I think I was squatting and you were PTing in the couple of parking spaces opposite us. And I think that's the first time we met. And I think if I go right back, because I video all of my lifting for form checks on the gram, because if you didn't film it, it doesn't happen.
If it's not on Instagram, it doesn't exist.
It just never existed.
Yeah,
and I'm sure that I've seen you in the back of one of those, and it's you talking to Sam about coffee.
Oh God, I'm sure. God help me.
So that was like the first time I ever met Julia, and she's just been like, hi. She's like, she is your hype girl. Even if you've never met her, if she catches you in the gym, she is your hype girl, full on there all the time. So yeah, that was the first time I kind of met you. And I think just being in contact in the gym, and like you're in the back of so many of my videos. If you go to my Instagram, Totally Awesome Taylor, you will just see Julia at just various points. And then if you go to hers, T-Rex 2020, you will just see me in the back. So we just kind of just circulated, and it's just like gym culture that's turned into like girl fandom of the pair of us. So
I love it.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy having someone like Siobhan around in the gym. Her enthusiasm is infectious. And it's so cool the fact that you're so crazy qualified and like such a successful lifter. And so a lot of my T-Rex athletes are, new lifters. They're gym newbies. They're not, the most confident squatters or deadlifters in the world. And having someone like Siobhan around who's an absolute pro and kind of like encouraging them and helping them, check their depth of their squats and encouraging them to hit their deadlifts and stuff. They just adore you and they look up to you so much, and they were like, oh my God, like this like regional champion and like record holder was like helping me like with my squats, and Like, they're really excited about you. You bring such good vibes.
That kind of blows my mind. Like, I remember when I actually, so I've been, powerlifting since 2017, I think.
That is not that long. Since 2017, y'all.
Yeah, and I did my first competition at 39. I'm now 44. So like, it just goes to prove that, you know, you're never too old to pick up a hobby and find something you love doing. Like, I'm all for empowerment of like everybody, but for me particularly women. And the older you get, it's more difficult for us to be in society and be that kind of active and boisterous and kind of outward going. Like, society wants us to be like middle-aged mums with little kids and stuff. And I'm not about that. I can't fit in a mold. I never have done, and I've now reached the age where I have no fucks to give.
No fucks left.
No fucks left to give. So like, I'm out there doing that, but that kind of blows my mind that people look at me that way. But I remember feeling that way about other people, and this is what totally blows my mind. Like, it's like around you guys, it's like, well, it's just Siobhan, it's no big deal. But like, I just did.
I'm sorry, I never think it's just Siobhan. It's no big deal. I'm always like, there she is, the ethereal goddess of wonder.
But I hope that I don't come off as being that. Oh yeah, I could be a dick about it. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no, you're a dick, but just not in that way.
Just not in that way. But when I went to All England. The last competition, which was the big national competition that I did, defending my championship for the third time. See, being a dick. And I had a wander around the day before I lifted, because I always like to go and, you know, scope the place out, see what stuff looks like. And there was this like bunch of guys, and I could see them, and I was thinking, oh my god, they're talking about like, have I got toilet paper like stuck to my foot, and they were like, I literally, as I walked by, I went, oh my god, that's Siobhan, and it was like, oh my god, they're actually, oh my god, that's Siobhan, and I'm like, that's me, that's insane. And I've got women that I absolutely idolise, who are messaging me afterwards going, your lifting was amazing, I can't wait to see it. And I'm like, these are amazing people that I look at, and I'm their level now, lifting wise. The numbers don't lie. Yeah. So yeah, to hear that makes me feel like, oh my god, but to hopefully inspire other women, other people to just get started. Because although, like, yeah, I live big way, everybody starts with an empty bar. Every single person, every session.
Everybody starts somewhere, and yeah, that's definitely something to think about. Where for you guys, if you're listening and you're nervous about getting started, or you are stuck in that comparison loop of I'm not lifting as much as the person next to me, something that we see all the time, just remember, everybody has to start somewhere. Like Siobhan just said, you know, you start with an empty bar, and to be honest, you still start with an empty bar. Like,
so I send, if anybody ever does, you know, because people do, they do that comparison thing. It's like, oh, I don't lift as much as you, I'll never be. So this is my, literally, I even have it down as a note.
Oh, I love this.
And this is like, because I send it to
girl's
everybody.
Prepared, girl is prepared.
So prepared. So this is what I send, like, literally everybody that ever says this, and you very well to share this. It says, it doesn't matter where you are going or where you have been. We all start the same. We all start the same way at the beginning with an empty bar. Every workout will return to our roots. Aww. And I live by that, because every session, that's what I start with. The same as everyone. Even if you just got out the couch, we all start the same way.
I love that. Say it one more time.
So if it doesn't, it doesn't matter where you are going or where you have been. We all start the same way at the beginning with an empty bar. Every workout, we return to our roots.
I love it.
And it's just like, so for your athletes, it's the same. Like, they might be watching me out the corner of their eye or staring gawk-eyed. That's what they're doing.
Mouth agape.
But when they walk in and start their workout, if they'd seen me at the beginning, we literally start the same way. So. Yeah,
I love that. That's super brilliant. And you know, the whole comparison is the thief of joy, right? I see so many times people comparing, yeah, it's not good as X, yeah, it's not good as Y. And maybe it's something for you guys to think about, that happens at actually every level. So, you know, we have some very strong boys and girls in our gym, some record holders, and, you know, people who, you know, they're constantly comparing themselves to other people, and they're sort of stuck in this perpetual cycle of not feeling good enough. And I want to heavily stress that it is your own journey. It's about your own progress and your own process. That's an American British progress and process. Yeah, Jesus. It's about your own progression, and you shouldn't be comparing yourself to anyone other than your previous self. Yeah, that's the only person you're trying to be.
My only competition is me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, girl, you are not my competition. Not like I'm going to smash you into the floor. Girl, you are not my competition. I am cheering for you. Yeah. My competition is my competition. I am literally up against myself. I might go to a competition and be competing, but I'm still cheering for that person who's ahead of me. I really want them to get their lift. Like, I really, like, you've done the work. I want to see the result. And if you don't, I am just as heartbroken as you are, because I understand what you did to get there. You know, unless it's down to the last deadlift and it's 2.5 kilos and
Then you're going, down, bitch.
Yeah, like I'm not entirely sure how Rhett deals with me on competition days because I just turned into a full-on diva.
I love it.
But as soon as the last deadlift hits the floor, I'm like, happy unicorn, and I'm like, I'm really happy to see everybody. So, yeah, your competition is just yourself. It's you before. That's the person you've got to beat.
I love it. I love it. So, keeping just with the general structure of thing, how's your week been this week? What are we training this week? What are we thinking about?
So we are on a bit of a deload week because it turns out I'm actually human.
Oh my God,
I
no
know.
way.
I know. I was really upset when Rhett leveled that at me. I told him that I wasn't, but clearly I am. So yeah, competition was like 5-6 weeks ago, and we have not had a deload week. And my body's clearly decided this week we are not lifting those things.
Bosh.
So the end of last week, Thursday and Friday, was just terrible. I had like a light bench day, light squat, couldn't grip. Had pains in my arms. We call them growing pains. Saturday team training was just terrible. Like my squat, I was supposed to do lots of reps. I did 6. I was like literally sat on the floor like a toddler. You saw me Saturday. I was proper sulky, grumpy toddler.
I was concerned.
Yes. And so Saturday really didn't go down well. But I came in on Monday and trained. What did I do? Deadlifts.
Yeah,
I managed to pull.
You did well on those deadlifts too.
Deadlifts.
Yeah.
Like I think it ended up being 15 reps in total.
Oh yeah, because in your previous best was less than that.
Like 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 12 reps. So deadlift is still bay. Like bench is still bay. Squat can fuck off.
I was going to ask, so what are your best and worst events, Siobhan?
Yeah,
well, now we know.
Right now it's good. But they seem to take turns in breaking down. So this week bench is like bay. Deadlift is like sweet, and squat can just can fuck all the way off because it's just it's not playing. But it moves around. So that's where we're at this week with a bit of deload. I think next week it's going to have to ramp up because there was a big countdown on. How's your week been?
Yeah, my week's been all right, actually. We have been working on some of like the niggles that have come up in my max out sessions. So, and we talked about a little bit of this last week. So just hammering through the front squats and really helping get out of the bottom of the lift. So a lot of the time with Olympic lifting, so Olympic lifting is clean and jerks and snatches. And so when you're cleaning, you clean and then you squat under the bar and then you're kind of like stuck at the bottom of that under.
Like dusting the floor with your ass.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're just stuck there and you have to stand up, and just getting out of that deep of a squat is such like a drama-filled event. And so we've been working very hard on that. And it's the same thing with the snatch as well. You're at the bottom of the deepest squat of your life, holding this barbell up overhead and just working your way out of like the hole, if you will. Bottom of the squat, you're deep in that hole and just getting yourself back up there.
Did I see you in the squat rack with some rubber bands?
Oh gosh,
did I see you setting up some kind of BDSM kind of swinging kit in the gym?
Always. It's not just for workouts, it's for fun as well.
It's for fun.
So we're doing some banded work, and my coach Dan is perpetually trying to get me to take my head off. It's so scary. It is so scary. The bands are attached to the floor, and you have to like be underneath the bar pushing it up over your head. And I'm like, Dan, I'm scared. And he's like, what are you scared about? That's my Dan impression, by the way. What are you scared about? I'm scared because I'm going to take my head off. Like, this is like snapping down.
I want to be on the floor.
Yeah, I don't want to put this up over my head. This is terrifying. And so it's just those like weekly conquering of fear that we work on all the time.
Do you know what I've got in my head right now? That Rocky meme, like, if he's going to die, That one.
If he dies, he dies. I've said that on a spin bike probably about 1 million times while I get the bin out next to me, and I just go, if I die, I die.
Drama. But did you die though?
But did I die though? No, I did not die though. But everything does hurt, and I'm dying.
Good. Yeah, me too. That's most of my. That was literally me on Tuesday after all those days. Everything hurts and I'm dying.
Plug for the title of the podcast.
Absolutely.
Yay!
What do you think? No, it's working. Like every rep counts. That's what we keep saying, isn't it? Every rep counts.
I do love that. So elaborate more on that, because I saw that on your Instagram and I absolutely loved it. It's so brilliant.
This is like, so I'm all for the. So if you ever, I never really post all of the fluff that goes around my lifting. You get like the lift, and you never get like the drama before and the elation after.
It's such a powerlifting Instagram. It's literally squat, bench, dead,
Squat,
nothing.
that's it.
Top singles, top doubles. That's it.
That's
like,
all you get.
No
None
struggle, no failed lifts, nothing.
I do occasionally post. Well, I don't fail meant to be. I don't fail many, but I do post my fails sometimes. So what you guys won't see in my Instagram is that as I walk up to the bar, it's like one at a time, and it is just that every rep counts. So there's lots of story to go back to where it's not been a great 3 years because of COVID, because of my job, but also mental health issues and family issues and all that kind of stuff. And so there was a really long period where I just felt like I wasn't progressing, and you just feel like you're doing a training, you keep hitting this wall.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see the numbers kind of coming, and it was very much like, trust the process. And then we did All England, and I walked away with like 180 kilo squat, which when you look back, it moved really quickly.
Yeah.
100 kilo bench, which
Jesus,
I never thought I was, like, I'd got it as a touch and go in the gym. Never thought I'd get it as competition. And although I only got 180 kilos as a qualifying deadlift on the day, my last deadlift was 195. And if you look back, and I have posted it, it's a fail, I have posted it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't lock it out, but it flew off the floor. And my goal is 200. And I walked away from that day going, every rep counts, because even though I didn't feel like I was progressing for all of those weeks of training up into that, every rep I did next door, every rep I did in every other gym that I've been in across Cambridge, with even the failed, every rep counts, all the small stuff counts. And I proved it on the day, even if I didn't believe it myself. I'd have loved to have seen his face though. I'd have loved to have seen Rhett's face when that 195 came off the floor.
I'm sure it was like his usual face.
Yeah. And I literally, if you look in the video, I'm just like holding it for ages. And then I look at the judge and go, I can't. And all I needed to do was that. Yeah. Which seems like the simplest thing to do. It's so annoying. So now every rep counts because all we're drilling is lockouts now. That's what you'll see me doing.
Getting out of the hole, locking out.
Banded work with deadlifts. And you'll see me in the gym. Like I'm not showing you my boobs, my paid for, but that's all you'll see me doing. It's just like.
Well, sign me up for either.
Yeah. The GDH thing is like, so yeah, my back's huge, but yeah, every rep counts.
I love it. It's the progression. It's trusting the process. It's continuing to work on something that does not provide instantaneous results.
Yeah.
You keep putting the grind in, and for you it was years. It was 2 to 3 years of grind, consistent, sustainable effort over the course of multiple years has helped lead you to become the champion that you are now.
Everything hurts and I'm dying.
Hi everybody, welcome back. We here with Siobhan Taylor, amazing, badass, awesome powerlifting woman. I don't know why I had to say that like that, but I did. It was totally necessary. So, Siobhan, why don't you tell everybody about your journey into powerlifting? You mentioned kind of, your age and a back injury and stuff. Tell us where you started, why you're continuing.
So I started just because I happened to have a back injury at work. So as I've mentioned already, I'm an ITU nurse. So at that time I was like a band 5. I'm a band 7 now. So that's band 5 is like a not newly registered, but it's like the entry band level for a registered nurse. And like a band 7 is like ward manager level, which is where I'm at right now.
Nice.
But when I started, thank you. When I started out, I was a bedside nurse and very highly skilled in what I did. I was working in the trauma ICU. I had a patient for 2 days back to back, and there were 12.5-hour shifts, and this patient was really sick. And he was on a dialysis machine. And the bags are 5 kilo bags, and there are 3 on each machine. And they're at floor level. They're literally, the bags are at knee level. So if like you had to do an ergonomic study, that's the worst place to be wanting to change weights, is at knee height. And they were being changed every hour and a half. And there were 3 of them for 12.5 hours for 2 days back to back. So I ended up with a cumulative back injury. And back injuries absolutely end nursing careers. Like it can really put you so that you are physically unable to do your job. And single parent, 2 kids, like this is not an option.
Yeah.
Had all the back pain thing, GP, tried to get a physiotherapy in the community. No. I work with physio. So I was like, can you help? Any idea? Anybody want to suggest that I can go and see? I don't mind paying to see. I'm waiting a long time. And she's like, don't bother. Go to a PT, get them to teach you how to lift, build your core. You will never have a problem again. I'm not saying this works for everybody, but given that she's a physio, she had a quick look at me. She said, build your core, you never have a problem again. And I was already at the gym doing 6 to 8 hours a week of cardio. So I was doing like spin,
Yes.
boxercise. Like literally I would go to the gym in the morning and do 2 classes back to back, go home and then go back later for another class.
Jeez.
In the like I literally across the 5 days, 6 to 8 weeks, and I was skinny. I was so skinny. And so I just exchanged some of those hours for lifting hours with the PT. Skinny! So skinny. So I exchanged some of those hours for an hour with a PT, gave me a program. So I, 3 times a week I started lifting.
Nice.
Really enjoyed it. And then one of the guys in the gym is a powerlifter. He's like, "Oh, I'm doing a competition," and obviously the PTs will chat like we do here. And he's like, "Do you want to come?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, no, I'll come along." Like, "Yeah, I can come and cheer you along." So when you go to powerlifting competition, what you actually see are 3 squats, then 3 bench, then 3 deadlifts, and so it's like you do all of that work for what is essentially 9 minutes of work on a platform, but it pays off. So I watched him do the squats, and then I got halfway through the bench and I turned to my PT, who was Josh at the time, who's still a PT now in the other gym I go to. I was like, I really want to have a go at this. And that's entirely my like character. It's like, I see something, I want to give it a try. I'll try anything at least once. If I like it, I might do it again. If I don't, I won't. And so we started prepping for that. And so that was January. We saw the guy in the gym do his competition. It was August was my first competition that same year because we had something to train for. And walked out of that qualifying for nationals. I went to my first national competition in the October. And that was, like 2017, I think.
Gosh, amazing.
So it was me at 39 going in for my first national level masters championship, which obviously I didn't do very well in, but my numbers they've just progressed.
Everybody starts somewhere. 39 years old, y'all.
So that's how I ended up kind of just walking into it. And I now do 0 cardio, except for walking for the car. And lifting is just, it's just like, it's like a way of life. I want to do this until I physically can't. And I'm hoping that will be when I'm in a box on the ground, not before, because there are people who are, so I'm an M1, which means I'm in between the age of 40 and 49.
M1's
It's Masters 1. And then Masters 2 obviously starts at 50 and it goes up. And I think the top scale is Masters 4. So 40, 50, 60, 70, and it's just Masters 4, so it's 70 plus.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine, like 80 years old?
I literally have walked up to a powerlifter at All England. I was like, I want to be like you when I'm older, and I genuinely mean that. Oh. She was 70 something and she's still lifting, and I'm like, she still gets to play with her grandchildren. I can still lift. I've got a 13-year-old as my small child at home. You've met them, they're quite tall. Yeah. I can still pick them up and run that. There is a video on my Instagram, totally awesome Taylor. Just plugging it.
Go on,
of me running up and down the gym with them, and I'm still able to do that at 44 with
You're able to run up and down the gym with me on your back. She picks me up and runs around with me. I'm like a little kid. I love it.
My big kid is going to be 23 in October, and he comes to the gym with me, and currently I outgun him. Just bosh. But it's not going to be long before he outguns me. So I'd like to think that I'm at least showing my kids like, hard work pays off, even if it's routine and mundane, and if you just keep picking away at it. And that's at work, in the gym, at home, just,
So would that be, so we have the concept on the show of find your why. So, why do you pursue and continue to pursue this journey of health and fitness? Would you say it's setting a good example for your kids?
It's setting a good example for my kids, but mostly it's keeping me sane. So it's not therapy. Lots of people say my gym is my therapy. It's not. It's a tool that I can use to measure how well I'm doing.
Yes.
Because if I'm sleeping well, eating well, resting properly, if I've managed my work-life balance well, it shows up when I lift, and I lift good. And I use that as a kind of a barometer for the rest of my life. But I'm addicted to the happy hormones that I get from it. It's like, it's almost as good as sex. Not quite, but that kind of whole buzz, warm feeling you get.
Oh, I hear that.
That's what I'm looking for.
It's the quote from Legally Blonde, which is, she's like a fitness instructor or whatever, and she's accused of murdering her husband, and Elle Woods goes, well, exercise produces endorphins, and endorphins make you happy. And happy people just don't kill their husbands.
They just don't kill their husbands. Yeah. So
I have a t-shirt that says that.
It literally stops me from killing so many people. What do you do? Go to the gym, lift heavy shit. Because that's what's saving you right now. So.
I love the concept as well. You said that you had a back injury and your physio told you to go and lift.
Yeah.
She sent you to the gym. So she said, get a PT and lift weights. For a back injury, guys, just really stressing that point here. For a back injury, going and lifting weights, getting stronger and building your core. And how would you say that your back feels now?
So to put it into perspective, that was like a lower back strain, obviously from doing those things. I have physically injured my back whilst I'm lifting, and so I ruptured a disc.
Okay.
And I carried on lifting, and it's an injury that when I saw the sports therapist and physiotherapist afterwards said it would have put anybody else in bed 4 weeks, and I was still at work. And yeah, it was uncomfortable, but the reason I was still able to function was because I'd got such a strong back already. So I wouldn't say it's 100% tick for absolutely everybody on the planet, but if you get assessed and somebody who is qualified says, I would advocate you doing this, I absolutely would back that 100%.
I stand by the fact that a lot of people sometimes will just automatically just be so fearful of lifting because of the back issues. And I just want to gently encourage people to understand that building up back strength and building up core strength and building up strength in your legs and your arms and the rest of your body will be conducive to preventing back injury for most people as a whole.
And research shows that strength training, it doesn't have to be as ridiculous heavy as stuff, but just regular strength training, that means that as you grow older, your mobility will be amazing, your balance will be good, you're less likely to fall over. Broken hips literally can end people's lives, not right there and then, but it starts the progression down to immobility and all of the problems that's associated with that. So if your bones are strong, you're less likely to get broken things out of that. So that's what some people say, why do you want to do this for? And I'm like, I want to be getting off the bog by myself at 80 like a boss.
Bog. I haven't heard it be called a bog. Yeah. I don't think.
I'm not gonna have a nurse wiping my ass when I'm 80. Like that's the goal. Why do you do it? I want to wipe my own bum when I'm 80.
But powerlifters, you guys are notorious for being really hench and not being able to wipe your own ass.
You can still do that. So maybe yoga, stretching to go with it. But yeah.
Hashtag mobility work.
Yeah, absolutely mobility work. If you want to annoy a powerlifter, just put a sticker in the middle of their back because we literally cut you.
Yeah, it's any of it. Classic.
Everything hurts and I'm dying.
Hi everybody, welcome back. We are going to be discussing our gym beef, aka beefcake. Siobhan, got some beefcake for us?
Well, I might have, but yeah. So there's a reason.
I'm already excited.
There is a reason why I only train in powerlifting type gyms. So like you guys next to Bridge Fitness, amazing. I never have a problem. Everybody's lovely. There are other gyms that I go to that are a little bit more commercialised. Mm-hmm. There may be a gym that's available all over England that has 2 letters to its name. That's 4 in the first one and 3 in the second that have terrible kit. I don't like commercial gyms, and this is going to sound really awful. I just don't like it when I have condescending men coming over to help me with my form. Can I spot you?
Yes.
I don't know where you came from. I have just got to the squat rack and you were way over there with your buddies, and now you want to be in this rack where I've just got to, and you want to spot my form. I haven't even got the barbell out yet. You know, it's just like, could you just, or being stared at, and or girls taking, well, I shouldn't say, but it's just people taking unsolicited videos of you, and you can see them doing it. There are mirrors, like, dude, I can see you.
Yeah, Jesus.
I can see you taking videos of me, so that what you can share it with your friends and have a giggle. Like, literally, if you've got nothing better to do.
That's so interesting, the video thing. I had one of those. So I was working out in a commercial gym once, only once. Just kidding. And this woman kept staring at me while I was lifting, and she was staring at me, and of course, like, all your insecurities run wild, right? You're like, oh God, why is she staring at me?
Have I got toilet paper in my shoes?
I made a list. I texted one of my girlfriends, and I was like, this woman keeps staring at me, and I literally made a list. I was like, she's using too much chalk. She's making too much noise. She's like grunting too much. She's looking too aggressive or looks mean. Yeah, looks mean. She looks mean. Yeah, right. Mean, yeah. She's so mean. One of those. So just all of these insecurities running through my head, and eventually I was just like, you know what, just fuck it, I'm just gonna go talk to her. And I just, she's looking at me, and I'm just looking at her, and I'm like, hey, like, what's up? And she just goes, oh, sorry for staring. You were just so strong, and it was really inspiring. Oh God, yeah. And she's like, you were just lifting so much, and it looked so cool, and like, you're so strong. I was really impressed, and I was like, thank you. feel insecure anymore, and I'm
Yeah.
not mad at you anymore.
And then you end up
I'm
like,
sorry for being mad at you.
oh my god, all this like internal beef that I was having with you right now has just completely disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm so sorry.
You feel
I'm
so silly.
sorry.
So
Yeah.
so maybe those women that are filming you, maybe they're doing the same. Maybe they're
Yeah.
like, holy shit, look at this bitch
Yeah,
lifting all of this.
this is
I
very
can't believe
true.
it.
This is very true.
Wow, mind blown.
Yeah. But like,
And
yeah.
that's the perspective that we're gonna.
That's where we go. Positive.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Uh-huh.
those are the those are the things that really kind of annoy. Can I spot you? I don't know. I didn't even know who you are. Or they try and spot you and because they think they're helping. Oh my god, I've got a friend.
Oh god, yeah.
Who,
Don't
I can't even like. I won't mention her Instagram because it was a while ago. But she is beautiful. She benches a shitload of weight compared to her body weight. She's tiny, but she actually can bench her own body weight. And there is her. She's got a video of I literally, like you just can't help but defend people. This guy came and took. She benched and it's on its way up, and he came and took it off her.
Don't
I'm
take
like,
the bar.
Oh my god!
Don't
yeah,
take
it's like
the bar.
It's like the worst thing you can do. If somebody is struggle busing, like you hover, don't let them die under it. This guy came and rescued her, like White Knight rescued her. I saw it. I was fuming. It didn't happen to me. I had secondhand fury.
I would have too. Let them grind it out.
Yeah.
So the thing with powerlifting is there's the capacity to grind it out, right? So squats and bench and deads, they're all very like slow and controlled movements that you can like absolutely like grind. And I think actually what I do see a lot of people like on Instagram and stuff, let people have their grind. So even as a PT, sometimes I need to remind myself to take a step back and allow my athletes to grind it out. Yes, it makes me uncomfortable because I want to help them. I want to keep them safe. Yes, obviously keep them safe, but let them grind it out.
Yeah.
Don't take the bar. Don't
And
help
if
them
you've
up.
got,
Let
if
them
you've got the
finish
safeties
it.
in.
Yeah.
The safeties in if you're in the rack.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna. You're right there. They're not gonna die. It might land on them for like a second if it's a bench.
Yeah.
Even if it's a squat, you should be able to learn to dump.
Yeah.
A squat. But like I said, every rep counts. Even the terrible ones that are
Yes.
painful, every rep counts.
Yes.
We like them. We do like to count them, and we don't like to do them again.
Yeah. Oh my god, I would be furious if I grinded. If I grinded out,
Ground
past tense of
Grind.
ground.
Ground. If you ground it out.
If I
That's just
had
so American.
right? If I had ground.
If I had ground.
If I had ground. Ben had ground. If Ben had grounded out a bench press and somebody took it from me at the top, I would lose my mind because that doesn't count as a rep.
No.
Yeah, sorry. So it doesn't count as a rep if you don't lock it out, right? So that robs you of the rep. And as Siobhan says, every rep counts.
And sometimes you need to like find out where your limit is. And if that's where your limit you can't get, great. That's next week. Next week I'm taking that. Yeah, that's what you're up to. Yeah.
I love it.
Everything hurts and I'm dying.
Alrighty, so coming back and we are going to be doing some general questions for each other. I kind of like the this or that thing. I just might just run with that, to be honest. So Siobhan, we've already discussed. So favorite lift out of the three?
Oh, does it depend on which day of the week it is? Does it depend on what mood I'm in? Did I get up and choose violence?
Yeah, sure, why not?
No, my favourite lift is always going to be a deadlifter. I keep saying I'm built for it because I'm kind of close to the floor.
Is that true? I feel like you're not that short.
I think my leverages are pretty good.
Okay.
I think like if you're talking biomechanics, I would say your leverages are pretty good. Your levers are pretty good. And bench has been the one that's grown the most. So I'm
Your
really happy with the progress of that, but squat is always going to be a bitch. And me and her we just agreed to we'll share the same space and tolerate each other.
I feel those vibes, to be honest. I feel that.
Yeah.
What is your favorite like pre-workout? What do you do for like pre-workout?
Eat.
What do you eat?
I'm a powerlifter. It's carbs. Like
that a girl. What's your favorite pre-workout?
When I am very often because I have to travel to get to Bridge. Like the other gym that I regularly go to is like 5 minutes from my house. So if I'm at home and I'm feeling like particularly like really good, it will be something like magic porridge. You're now going to ask me what's magic porridge.
Of course. Yeah.
So it's porridge oats soaked with like high protein yogurt. So I do it the night before.
Oh, nice. So like overnight oats.
Overnight oats. There we go. Some magic porridge. So it'd be like
magic
a carb
porridge.
Like a carb protein thing. If I'm in the car, it's bananas because you can eat those and fling the skin out and they're good. Especially when they're nice and ripe.
Yeah.
The orange biscuit, the ginger biscuits that you
those
gave
are so
me.
good.
Those
Yeah.
are so good. So it's all carbs. It's all
Perfect.
carbs,
Love it.
carbs, water, and coffee.
Mm.
So I try not to do pre-workout like the powder until I'm prepping for comp.
Same.
Yeah. So that's because that stuff's like rocket fuel, and you get used to it.
I feel the same. So my favorite pre-workout is coffee and food, like eat a proper meal beforehand. So I eat huge breakfasts, and then I kind of will like snack for lunch, etc., etc.
And you've seen me with my coffee, with my basic bitch coffee.
So would you like to tell everybody what your basic bitch coffee is, Siobhan?
Oh God!
Public embarrassment.
It's a venti blended frappuccino with coconut milk and an extra shot in a flat sippy cup, please.
Yes.
I am
Venti blended frappuccino.
Blended frappuccino
And,
with an extra
and
shot.
please explain how you order it.
I'm so embarrassed to even order it. I have to go and order it through the app. And then, so I don't have to tell it, I don't actually verbalise my order, and then I pretend like I'm picking it. You know, like an Uber Eats. I literally go in and pretend like I'm picking it up for somebody else.
I love that.
And and I go to the store because it's part of a supermarket, so I can park really close to the Starbucks and Starbucks. Sorry, because I like to collect my points, and like I literally go. I'm like, drink for Siobhan, flat sippy cup, extra note, and I like literally I have done that so many times.
I love it. That's amazing.
So embarrassed.
My face hurts from smiling so much. I need to like relax my jaw.
Okay. So some question for you.
Oh, okay.
Out of my list of questions.
Oh, I love it.
So if you could be anything, what would it be?
Like an animal or like a...
If you could be anything.
Oh, Jesus. If I could be anything, I'd be omnipresent.
Oh.
No. That's super lame.
That's lame.
What would I be? If I, like anything?
Anything.
Like a superhero or like an animal or like a fucking...
Like, what's the thing you think about? Like, I'd really love to do that.
Oh, God.
Or be
There's
that.
It's
Or go
too
there.
broad of a topic. If I... Anything at all, off the top of my head, I would like to be a really... I'd like to be a really, really spoiled house cat for a very wealthy family.
Oh, that's a good one.
Like one of those families that just has like fucking money forever and just
Yeah.
like the house, like this,
like with your own cat
thoroughbred,
bed on
like-
like your own cat bed on a windowsill
Yes.
with a patio.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have like my beautiful little coat and I'm just
Yeah.
pampered and loved. And then I can like wow out as well. Because like I'm a cat, so like I just run around and knock shit off countertops and stuff, and they'll be like, oh,
It's like I'm sleeping all day, darling.
yeah, like oh, Princess Julia's at it again. Like, and I'll just cat. I would love that because I would just fuck with everybody and just like cat push.
Oh yeah,
things
yeah.
off.
No.
And
No,
then
no.
yeah, yeah. Don't do it. Don't do
Yeah.
it. Don't do it. Watch me, bitch.
Watch me.
To a very wealthy family. So like my diet would be fantastic. They feed me like organic salmon that they've caught themselves by their bare hands, kind of thing.
They're so rich they wouldn't have to do that. They're that rich. They
Yeah.
would never. They would have people for that.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's got a guy. Got a guy. Got to get a guy.
Yeah.
A guy.
A guy.
So that would be me. Oh, okay, ma'am. So what about you? If you could be anything, the broadest topic.
Oh
in the
my
world,
god! Like mine was so much worse.
please. Oh my god! Now please tell it. Go on.
Mine was so much worse. Like that. Like I would like. Yeah. Oh god. Yours like. Oh, I want to be like. I would like want to be a sex toy for some kind of like really gorgeous person. That would be my like. Just my whole. I'd be like, yay! Woo!
Let's go. Let's go. A guy or girl?
I don't think.
Or
I'm
what
that
kind of sex
fast.
toy? I guess to be
I
honest.
don't know, like a pokey one, like an
like
inside
a pokey
pokey
one. Okay,
Yeah,
inside
yeah,
pokey
yeah,
one. Okay.
I don't know.
Not,
that's my brain. But
not
that's how my brain.
encapsulating one.
Yeah, that's how my brain works. Yeah, that's terrible.
It's not
Yours
terrible.
is like I want to be a fluffy cat.
I was trying to-
sex toy.
You know, there's. I just made eye contact with Tony. Tony is in the corner, turning
Literally
purple.
dying.
He is turning purple. Tony, just laugh. It's okay, mate. You don't have to.
You don't have to hold it in.
You don't
That
have to
looked painful.
suffocate yourself. That
That
looks
looked
painful.
painful.
Intense.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's
I
terrible,
love that.
isn't it? No,
You know
I
what?
did- no, all about like we're up for everything.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
Come on, girl.
Yeah,
What
it's okay.
would you be? Oh, okay. Here we go. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep drilling. This
Okay,
in.
that's fine.
What would you look like? Like
You just
like
feel like you walked into
glittery? Would you be a different color? Would you be like different like sizes? What are we
Oh
talking
god,
about
we're
here?
really gonna have this conversation.
Well, just give me the basics because honestly, now we're running away with
so
it.
it would have to be high tech because I love technology. So it would have to be like a Bluetooth.
It just gets better. It just gets better. Yes. Go
And
on.
it may have to be like a double thing, like an all-purpose.
Yes.
suck one end, vibrate the other. Like, if you're gonna go in.
My dad listens to this.
Sorry, Julia's dad.
My dad's.
You might have to cut this out. You might have to cut this out.
I don't know. I don't want to. We'll decide.
We'll decide later. I even sent you the thing, didn't I?
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. We need to stop talking about this.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. Next questions. Really quick. I've got another one. We're gonna segue. So we talked about the pre-workout meal. I just wanted the follow up of the post-workout meal. What's your favorite post-workout meal?
Oh, it's always like it's salmon or steak. I'm really boring.
Oh, really?
Really boring.
That's not boring.
Do you know what my favourite meal is? Steak with pasta. This is how naff I am. So I buy fresh pasta. I fry my steak. And then, as you finish it, butter.
Yeah.
And I take my fresh, spaghetti after I boiled it.
Yeah.
And turn it in the steak juices with all the butter. And literally, you'll just find me in the corner of my living room like a goblin, like that's literally my favourite meal, steak and pasta.
I love that. That sounds legit. What kind of steak?
Sirloin.
Oh, yes.
Medium rare.
Yeah, brilliant.
But, still a bit.
Yeah, oh yeah. Medium rare is like the most you can cook steak, everyone. Medium rare is the maximum.
That's it. It's done. Anything after that is dead. I mean, I know it's dead before you start, but it's dead.
It died.
It died.
Everything hurts and I'm dying.
All right, now we are going to be doing our second to last section, which is the questions from the audience, and I'm going to try to stop laughing immediately.
Like my face hurts.
I know my face hurts too. Questions from the audience. Siobhan, hit me, girl. What are we doing?
So we've got a few that are kind of short. So we're going to find out how how anglicized you are. How long have you been here?
Like almost a decade.
Oh, okay, cool. So this should be easy then. So ketchup or HP?
It depends on what. But
ketchup or HP? Quick.
Ketchup, honestly, sorry.
Yeah, no, ketchup for me unless it's something very specific.
Nice.
I know we've done that one.
Ooh, this is
rice or pasta?
Pasta.
Ooh,
pasta.
Really?
That's how Americans would say it.
Pasta.
You literally just said your favorite meal.
My favorite meal
is,
but actually it's rice in my house. If I had to choose between rice and pasta, it would be rice in my house.
I think I would choose pasta a lot. I do cook rice more. I do cook rice more frequently because I come home and it's late and I need to just eat dinner immediately, and those little microwavable rice things are like everything in the world.
We can't talk no more. No. West Indian upbringing, it's basmati rice. We are rice. I'm a coffee snob and a rice snob, so it's good coffee, basic bitch coffee, and basmati rice. And we was
in the microwavable packets or no? Oh, okay, we make it ourselves.
Yeah.
Do we have a rice cooker?
We do.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, we wash our rice, and we have specific there. We could do a whole podcast on food.
I want that. I just don't have enough space in my tiny little apartment for a rice cooker and all the other appliances that I have in the kitchen.
Somebody sent a message. Can I be your friend?
No.
Oh, okay. Moving on.
What are they cute?
I don't know. It's anonymous. It's
anonymous.
It would be like a pick and mix. Like you do the second.
Love that. What we can do is ask them what they would be if there's anything in the world that they could be. Yeah. And if there was somewhere on the spectrum.
To me, it was a pussy or a pussy-related item. So this one I think is for me. Powerlifter or nurse?
Okay, sorry. Go on.
No, that's okay. So powerlifter or nurse? I think, given the context of where we're at with the NHS, I would choose powerlifter. But I absolutely fucking love my job.
Oh.
I really do love my job. I really love, it's really naff, but I really love helping people. I get to meet people on some of the worst days of their life. So actually having the skills to be able to step in and help that person, and even sometimes, unfortunately, patients do die in spite of what we do. Being able to support the family, just to make sure that their last time with that person is as nice as it can be. Yeah. That's horrible, but
no, I love that about you.
Powerlifter, always, because who doesn't want to be in the gym lifting heavy shit and looking amazing? How did you become so fucking awesome?
Oof. Oh, I thought I'm like, yes, please tell us.
No, how did you become so fucking awesome?
I think that I became fucking awesome by spending a lot of time with people that love and care about me. I would be nothing without my support systems. I love my friends. I love my family. Everybody has been thoroughly encouraging of me to be my rambunctious little self.
We do love it.
And I'd be nothing without you guys. So I became awesome because of y'all. Oh, besties.
And the last
if that person wants to be my best friend, they can be my best friend.
Maybe it was the person who's asking if they want to be your friend.
Oh.
Maybe it's the same thing.
Well,
last question I've got here, I think it's probably for me. What's your next big challenge after your most recent win? I know, right? So I did mention that there's a big countdown. I can't remember how many days we're at. It's 100 and something days, but I will, or have been invited to, represent the English team for the Commonwealth Championships, which is going to be held in Auckland, New Zealand in November. So if you go to my Instagram page, Totally Awesome Taylor, you will find a link towards my GoFundMe, because it is a self-funded sport. So as much as I love doing what I'm doing, and I do pay for and have paid for everything up till now, all of the competitions that I've been to, this is my first international competition, and being on a nurse's wage and being a single parent, I don't have the additional funds. So I am asking for help and support to get me to New Zealand, because I really want this opportunity and I really want to be able to represent my country. So if anybody out there wants to help, please go to my Instagram. It's Totally Awesome Taylor, and you'll find the link in my profile for fundraising. But I'm super, super excited. And it's a whole different level of lifting, and I've never travelled that far by myself or flying alone, all those things. So yeah, age of 44, but like it's just an opportunity I don't want to miss. So
anytime that someone like you, of your high of a caliber, has the opportunity to represent England, I feel like as English citizens, we all just have to send her. So by all means, go to her Instagram, and if you can't find her Instagram, go to mine. I'll guide you through. Totally Awesome Taylor, or mine T-Rex Training 20. The GoFundMe page is up there. Definitely donate £5, 10 quid, 500 quid, whatever you want to part with.
It's been amazing. Like, we've raised so much funds already. I'm definitely going. The flight's covered. It's the accommodation and the actual competition fees that I need to find now, because all of that I have to pay for, and drug testing fees. It's a drug testing federation, so I am clean. But all of those things I have to pay for before I go. So
that's so wild that you have to even pay for the drug testing fees. Like, that's a bit cheeky. I almost can understand the flights and accommodation. Yeah. But the drug testing fees?
There might be some funding coming from English Powerlifting Association, but it really depends on how many of us are genuinely signing up to go. And obviously it's they've only got a finite amount of funds. Yeah. We're not an Olympic sport yet. I think we've just been approved. Nice. But there's a process to that. But there isn't the sponsorship and funding that you would see for other big sports. But it's up and coming. And there are so many of us. Yeah. And more women are joining. So. Team ovaries. Absolutely. Team ovaries.
It's so funny, Siobhan. Like, we actually have a remarkable amount of female lifters in our gym. And it is you always, all the time. It's always you. Siobhan always looks around. Always me. Team ovaries, baby! Yeah. In that gym. And like, all just looking around. And I don't even think about it, but I look around and it's all women lifting. Yeah. And you get
freaking
pumped. And I love it.
Freaking love it.
Fills me with joy as well. I'm not
freaking love it.
Love it too. Yeah. So send Siobhan to New Zealand, y'all. Seriously, please. She deserves every second of it. Yeah. She's worked so hard for this. I see her working day in, day out, every rep, every push. I do not know many other women who are as driven or who deserve the opportunity to compete in the way that Siobhan has. She fucking deserves it, guys. So seriously, get on. Help us send her to where she needs to go to be the absolute champion, to represent all of us. Go England.
Opportunity to say in the most American accent. Bring the medal back. And this is the second time I've been invited, and I couldn't go the first time for money. And I just after that was like, I'm never going to miss this opportunity again. If I ever get it, I'm not going to miss it. And I've been gifted this, so. Please help.
You deserve it. You deserve it. Bring home a medal. Yep. Bring home a medal, baby.
Yep. Everything hurts and I'm dying.
Alrighty, everybody. Thank you for listening so far. We've just got some closing remarks for y'all. So, Siobhan, what would you like to say to everybody?
So my ethos will be, and has always been, just keep working at it. And like do the small things. It makes the big things work better. Every rep counts. Like, you have to stick to it. And women are freaking amazing. Like, we are. There needs to be more of us in more places to make more changes, to do more things. We are completely capable, more than capable.
I love that. Strong women support strong women, and seeing Siobhan in the gym, hyping everybody up, and encouraging everyone from the beginner lifters to the expert lifters. Just, it's really cool to see the growth of strong women producing more strong women, both metaphorically, obviously, in the gym, but literally as well. You raising your daughter. and bringing your daughter in to watch you lift. And I know she's watching you because I look at her and sometimes it gets me choked up because
she's like,
I watch her watching you.
Yeah. She's like on her phone sometimes, but I know that
she watches.
She tells her friends about me.
Oh.
And she's just started Army Cadets, and like her Army Cadet like leader was like, "Oh, I've seen your mum in the gym like out lifting me," and I'm like,
"Yeah."
Well, she's like, "That's my mum."
And it's another thing as well. Keep in mind, you know, Siobhan started this journey when she was 39.
Mm.
Yeah, and now she is 44.
44, so literally 5 years.
And, you know, you're never too old. It's never too late. You're never too this. You're never too that. Like, start.
Yeah.
Do the thing. She started at 39 with a back injury, y'all. Like.
And that goes for everything. It's not just lifting. Whatever you think. You're never too old.
Yeah.
You're never too old. Never too old. If you want to wear a crop top at 70, do it. Do it. If you want to get something pissed, do it.
Yeah, for real. It's never too late. Just go for it, guys. Go for it. And find your tribe, find your girls, find your support team, and get after it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for listening. If you need to get a hold of us, you can get a hold of Siobhan on Instagram at
Totally Awesome Taylor.
On TikTok at
Totally Awesome Taylor.
On Snapchat at
Totally Awesome Taylor.
On Facebook at
Ooh, no, that one. We're not sharing. That's just for the family.
All right, fair enough. You guys can get a hold of me on Instagram at TRexTraining20. Also, if you guys have any questions, feel free to send them in to question@everythinghurtsandimdying.co.uk or questions@ehaid.com. Either or, they go to the same thing. Check out our website, ehaid.com or everythingHurtsandI'mDying.co.uk. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Hopefully we will have you next week as well.
Yeah. Make sure you like and subscribe and share.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, guys.